Hi, welcome to another review, and it is going into on Sudden Death from 1995, directed by Peter Hyams. This stars Jean-Claude Van Damme, and you have Powers Booth as the villain. You have Raymond J. Barry and Dorian Harewood, who plays Hallmark. Sudden Death is basically... this is considered a Die Hard ripoff. Just like Speed is for some reason. This film, which I think is a classic movie in my opinion. Feel free to check it out. One of the best action movies in the 1990s. In my opinion. So... Speed was Die Hard on a bus. This is basically Die Hard in this hockey rink right here. Yeah. Sudden Death is about, you have Jean-Claude Van Damme, who plays the fireman, who's Emily's father, and you have his son too, and they go to this championship hockey game. And basically you have these bad guys at the hockey rink trying to blow it up after the final buzzer hits. And basically Van Damme has to go out and try to stop the explosion and save his daughter. And yeah, and there's this one scene where he's beating up a penguin mascot. And basically she gets like choked. This one actress's character gets in like a shutter thing or something like that, and I'm like, wow, that's a pretty cool scene right there, where Van Damme's beating up a penguin. And you have another scene where he's fighting this one guy, and Van Damme gets like a bone, and with the knife, the tip of the bone gets like cut off, and Van Damme literally puts a bone in his neck like this, like it almost like kills him and all that stuff. And I'm like, wow, that's a really cool, that's a really creative kill for an action movie from the 90s. And yeah, Sudden Death is a pretty underrated film a bit, because this does not get talked about a lot like many other movies do, like Speed, which I reviewed, Die Hard, and many other ones too. Probably even some zombie films, which is that? Probably the original Dawn of the Dead, which is my favorite zombie movie of all time. But I don't think this is like one of the movies that doesn't really get talked about much. I mean, the plot is it's a pretty simple plot. Yeah, well, sure, I don't really see it trying to be too much like Die Hard, and I am a big fan of the first Die Hard. That's my all-time favorite John McTiernan film and action film. And my all-time favorite Bruce Willis film, Die Hard. Love that film a lot. This is definitely one of the more underrated action films out there. I mean, you really got some... You got some cool special effects in this. You got some really cool stunts too. where he's like fighting and all that stuff. Van Damme does a really good job in this one. Powers Booth plays a good villain too. You have some pretty good direction here. Yeah. And this is directed by Peter Hyams, the guy that did Outland with Sean Connery, which I have not seen, or Time Cop with Van Damme also. Yeah, what more can I say? Sudden Death is a good movie to watch. Yes, I am saying that. I don't really care what anyone says about the comments about this. Me liking this film. Yeah. Yeah. I would say give this a watch if you are a fan of Van Damme. Like, for example, Ray Life is a huge fan of Van Damme. And he loves, like, most of his movies. Not a lot of them. Not, like, all of them for Van Damme, but he loves a lot of them. Yeah. Sudden Death gets a 9 out of 10. This is just a underrated action film. Definitely one of the better action movies of all time. In my opinion. You don't have to agree with me, but yeah. This would definitely be in my top 10 Van Damme films. So yeah. That is it for my review of Sudden Death for 1995. So, thank you all for watching, and stay tuned.